Hi, and welcome back. So, today we're going to be looking at a chop that I stumbled upon a few weeks ago while I was jamming, basically. And I thought, that's a cool one. We can make a lesson about it. So, the pattern is actually pretty simple it's the second half of a paradiddle plus a kick drum, which means we're playing left, right, left, left. If you're right handed, that's your second half, plus a kick drum at the end. Now, if we put it all together, that will become a pattern of 5 notes that will be cycled inside a 4/4 bar in 16th notes. Dynamic-wise, be aware of the fact that the first 2 strokes of every pattern, so left to right before the double stroke on the left hand, will always be accented, so you can play them as loud as you want. So for the first orchestration of this pattern, we'll cycle it 3 times, which will end up in 15 notes, and then we'll add one last left hand to make it 16 notes. Let's try it on the snare drum only first. Now, the first orchestration will actually be quite easy from a movement standpoint because we'll have to move our right hand only. The left hand will always stay on the snare. It'll play an accent and it'll play 2 grace notes. The point, though, with this orchestration is that we will try to have a pretty heavy polyrhythmical feel because we will try to keep our listener's ear pretty anchored to the 5 note grouping, 5 note figure, whatever you want to call it. Now, since in the whole pattern I will only have room for 3 right hands, I will try to orchestrate them on the 10, 12, and 16-inch toms. And that sounds like this. Cool. Now let's try to put it into an actual groove context at 3 different speeds. So we'll try it at 80, 110, 140 ppms. Now, obviously, this is a completely arbitrary choice on how you want to play the fill. Like you can orchestrate your right hand on the same tom, you can mix it up or play it descending or ascending, that's up to you. All right, now let's move to orchestration number 2. For this one, we will change things a little bit, meaning that we will not play all the 16 notes that we played before, but we will play only 12 of them. The way we're gonna do this is by playing one more beat of groove, basically, before entering the actual fill bar, which at this point will enter on beat 2. We will definitely have a more traditional sounding but cool fill. So this time, let's take a look at it from a beat perspective. So again, remember, beat 1 is groove, so we will not take that into consideration. We'll start from beat 2. Now, beat 2 will be left hand on the snare, accented, right hand on the crash cymbal with the bass drum, and then 2 ghost notes on the snare drum with your left hand. Now, beat 3 is pretty cool. You have kick drum, then open hi-hat just for 1/16th note with your left hand, right hand on the snare drum, and then the first of the 2 grace notes with your left hand. And then finally, beat 4 will be left hand on the snare drum as a ghost note, kick drum, then right hand on the floor tom, and left hand on the rec tom. Now let's put it all together and see what it sounds like with the groove at 3 different speeds. right, that's it for this one. Obviously, as always, I really encourage you people to take the lick and make it your own, meaning flip it and try to come up with new ideas. Don't just play the fill as I showed you. Like, that's not the point. Take it, flip it, and come up with new ideas. Thanks for watching, people. I'll catch you very soon.